Friends, students, seekers of truth, we gather today to address a matter that touches the heart of our human experience, the moment when the respect we expect or perhaps feel we deserve is withdrawn. When others stop respecting you, it can feel like a blow. It can shake your confidence. But I tell you, this is not a time for despair. It is a time for introspection. The first and most crucial step when respect is lost externally is to look inward. The Shaolin philosophy teaches us that true respect is not something you demand from the world, it is something you cultivate within yourself. When you understand your own worth, your own value, you become less reliant on the validation of others. We must understand that respect is often a mirror. If you do not respect yourself, if you compromise your values, your integrity, your time, then how can you expect others to honor you? The world senses weakness. It senses when you are desperate for approval. And where there is desperation, there is often a lack of respect. To build self-respect, you must establish clear boundaries. Boundaries are not walls to keep others out. They are guidelines that define how you interact with the world and how the world interacts with you. When you say no to things that violate your principles, when you honor your commitments to yourself, you are building a foundation of self-respect. It is about discipline. The discipline to train your mind, to strengthen your body, and to clarify your intentions. When you are disciplined, you are reliable to yourself first and then to others. This reliability commands a natural respect. It is not about arrogance. It is about quiet confidence born of consistent effort. We often confuse respect with popularity or deference, but respect is deeper. It is about acknowledging the presence and the value of another being. If you find that others are treating you poorly, disrespecting your time, your opinions, or your efforts, ask yourself, am I respecting myself? Am I allowing this behavior? The journey to reclaiming external respect begins with fortifying internal respect. When you stand tall in your own truth, grounded in your principles, the noise of disrespect simply fades. You become an unmoving mountain, and the wind of others' opinions cannot shake you. Remember this, the external world only reflects the state of your internal world. Cultivate self-respect, and you will find that the world begins to mirror it. When disrespect arises, our natural inclination is often to react. We feel anger, hurt, or frustration. We want to defend ourselves, to argue, to demand an explanation. This is the ego speaking. But the Shaolin path teaches us a different way. The practice of detachment. Detachment is not indifference. It is not about suppressing your emotions. It is about observing them without becoming entangled in them. When someone disrespects you, they are often projecting their own issues, their own insecurities, or their own lack of understanding. If you react, you are giving their negativity power over your peace. The ego seeks validation. It thrives on being right, on being acknowledged. When the ego is disrespected, it cries out for battle. But the master knows that the true battle is internal. It is the battle against the urge to react impulsively. Consider the metaphor of the mirror and the muddy water. If someone throws mud at you, you can choose to become angry and throw mud back, or you can remain like clear water, allowing the mud to settle. When you practice detachment, you are choosing clarity over chaos. You are choosing peace over reaction. Detachment allows you to see the situation for what it is, without the emotional fog. Why are they acting this way? Is their disrespect rooted in ignorance, insecurity, or malice? Often the answer is irrelevant to your own journey. What matters is how you respond. To practice detachment, you must cultivate mindfulness. Be present in the moment when the disrespect occurs. Notice the sensation in your body, the tightening in your chest, the rush of anger. Acknowledge these feelings, but do not act on them. Breathe. By detaching, you reclaim your power. You are saying, Your actions do not define me. Your opinion does not determine my worth. You are breaking the cycle of negativity. Disrespect thrives on reaction. When you refuse to engage, the disrespect loses its energy. This practice requires patience and discipline. It is a continuous process of training the mind to be still amidst the storm. When you master detachment, you are no longer a slave to the opinions of others. You are free. You are strong. You are centered. And ironically, this centeredness often commands a deeper, more genuine respect than any defense could ever achieve. Respect is fundamentally linked to boundaries. When others stop respecting you, it is often because your boundaries have become weak, blurred, or non-existent. A boundary is not about being confrontational, it is about defining your space and your standards. In Shaolin, we understand that energy flows where attention goes. If you constantly give your energy to those who disrespect you, you are reinforcing the behavior. Setting a boundary is about redirecting that energy. It is a clear statement of what you will accept and what you will not. Many people struggle with setting boundaries because they fear conflict or rejection. They worry that if they say no, they will lose relationships or opportunities. But true relationships are built on mutual respect. If a relationship cannot withstand a healthy boundary, it was never based on respect in the first place. When you identify disrespect, you must act decisively and calmly. This is not about anger, it is about assertion. You must communicate your boundary clearly and concisely. For example, if someone consistently interrupts you, you might calmly say, "Please allow me to finish my thought." If they continue, you must enforce the boundary by withdrawing from the conversation or changing the subject. Enforcement is the crucial step. A boundary without enforcement is merely a suggestion. If you set a boundary and then immediately backtrack when challenged, you teach others that your words have no meaning. This only invites further disrespect. Enforcing boundaries requires consistency and courage. It may feel uncomfortable initially, but it is a necessary practice for self-preservation and for maintaining healthy interactions. You are teaching others how to treat you. Remember, disrespect often happens in small increments. It is the small slights, the casual dismissals that accumulate over time. If you tolerate the small instances of disrespect, you are paving the way for larger ones. By establishing and enforcing clear boundaries, you are honoring your own value. You are saying, "I am worthy of respect." This action, rooted in self-respect, changes the dynamic of your interactions. When others see that you will not tolerate disrespect, they adjust their behavior. They are forced to acknowledge your presence and your standards. Strong boundaries are not a sign of a rigid personality. They are a sign of a strong, healthy mind. When you are disrespected, it is easy to become consumed by the drama. You spend valuable energy replaying the events, feeling resentful, and seeking justification. This is a distraction from your true path. The Shaolin path emphasizes the importance of focus and purpose. We do not have unlimited energy. Every moment we spend dwelling on disrespect is a moment lost from our cultivation. Your primary focus should always be on your own growth. When you are fully engaged in your purpose, when you are striving to improve yourself and contribute to the world, the opinions and actions of those who disrespect you become insignificant. Consider the bamboo. It bends in the wind, but it does not break. It is focused on its upward growth. When others try to pull you down with disrespect, you must remain rooted in your purpose. If you are a student, focus on your studies. If you are an artist, focus on your craft. If you are a leader, focus on your vision. When you are busy building your own life and contributing your unique gifts, you are less vulnerable to the negativity of others. The truth is, disrespectful people often prey on those who lack focus or purpose. They are seeking an emotional reaction because their own lives may lack meaning. By focusing on your own path, you become uninteresting to them. Furthermore, when you achieve mastery in your field, when you become indispensable through your dedication and skill, you naturally command respect. This respect is earned through competence and commitment, not through demand or confrontation. Do not allow the actions of others to derail your journey. Use the experience of disrespect as fuel for your ambition. Let it sharpen your resolve. If someone disrespects your effort, work harder. If someone doubts your abilities, prove them wrong through action, not argument. Mastery is the ultimate antidote to disrespect. When you are excellent at what you do, when you embody integrity and dedication, you radiate a strength that silences the critics. Stay focused, stay committed. Your purpose is greater than their temporary lack of respect. Finally, we come to the profound power of silence. When faced with disrespect, the most powerful response is often no response at all. This is not passive, it is a demonstration of mastery. In the heat of the moment, the ego demands a retort, a defense, but true strength lies in the ability to remain still. When you are silent, you deprive the disrespect of its desired outcome, your emotional reaction. Silence can be a shield and a mirror. It shields you from the negativity, and it forces the aggressor to confront their own actions. When you meet disrespect with silence, you are essentially saying, "Your words have no power over me. I will not engage in this negativity." This is not easy. It requires immense self-control and presence of mind, but the rewards are significant. When you refuse to react, you maintain your dignity and your inner peace. Remember that often disrespect is a test. It is a test of your patience, your character, and your resolve. If you react with anger or hurt, you fail the test. If you remain calm and silent, you pass. Furthermore, non-reaction is a form of boundary setting. It communicates that the conversation or the interaction has ended on your terms. You are not running away. You are choosing not to participate in a destructive exchange. The goal is to cultivate an inner fortress of calm. When you are centered, the chaos of the outside world cannot penetrate. Disrespect is merely noise. If you do not give it attention, it dissipates. In the Shaolin tradition, we speak of standing like a mountain. A mountain does not react to the wind or the rain. It simply is. When you are disrespected, be the mountain, be silent, be still, let the storm pass. By mastering the art of silence and non-reaction, you become invincible to the opinions of others. You operate from a place of peace, not reaction. And this state of being, this quiet strength, is the highest form of respect you can command.